All right. We are live and in action. Hello, everyone. How is everybody doing today? What's today? We are on Thursday. Can you believe it? Cinco de Mayo. Pretty cool, huh? Well, let me get things rolling and rocking and rolling here so we can get moving. Awesome. Okay. I don't know where my phone's at. That's disappeared. So now I don't have any way to see who's actually on, but that's fine. Okay. Hey, this is Lisa. Welcome to Creatively Lisa. Inspiring the creative within. I am high vibing in from Long Beach, California. How's everybody doing this beautiful, awesome Thursday? I'm so excited. I've been thinking about this for a while. I get lots of comments and different things in regards to things around what my topic is today. So if you see the title or got the text, then this will kind of make a little bit more sense. So it's 4 things to remove, replace, 4 C's. And these are things that have a tendency to plague us on so many things. And they don't need to. They don't need to at all. So my goal is to kind of go over this with you, ask you guys a few questions and see where you're at. Thank you. I don't even know where my phone's at. It's gone. I can't tell who's commenting. So if you comment, when you comment, post your name, because right now all it says is Facebook user. So I don't know when I'm on Facebook and Instagram. It's doing its thing there. So let me know. But I was thinking about this, and I'm listening to all the comments and stuff, and this is something that a lot of people do. So I'm going to ask you guys some questions and really think about this. Because it makes a difference. And just like in the comment says, you're always so happy and positive. Yeah, I am. And that's because I follow what comes out of my mouth. So if I'm telling you guys and talking to you guys about it, I've done it. I'm doing it still. I hold myself 100% accountable when I say something, when I'm thinking about something. If something is toiling around in my mind, I want to figure it out and get rid of it right away. Get right away. But so with that said, it's constantly a work in progress, and it's a lifestyle that I live. And so I don't waver on anything anymore, nothing. And so these 4 C's that we're going to talk about today are so important. And so many people get bound up in it. And there's no need to. There's no need to. Not at all. So let me ask a few questions and think about these answers when you answer, because what this is it's huge. It's absolutely huge. And it makes all the difference in the world. So when I was asking you guys, I asked you, okay, so the 4 C's: confusion, contradiction. I've got my notes. Chaos. But there's actually more than 4, if I'm honest. So confusion, contradiction, chaos, complacency, and I'll give you another one: conformity. These are so important because by following along with these C's, pardon me, but you're fucking yourself. You are. And you got to let it go, because it's not going to serve you in any manner whatsoever. So whether it's in your personal life and your well-being, or whether it's in your business, or whether it's an idea of starting a business or anything, or you just being unhappy with what you're currently doing, or you are unhappy with what you're currently living, these C's are you've got to eradicate them. You've got to just eradicate them from your existence. And so that's what we're going to go with today. So I'm going to ask you guys a few questions. Think about it. See where you're at on it. And then we'll go through the remainder of it. Okay? Sound good? All right. So ask yourself this question. What do I love doing? What am I passionate about? Think about that. What makes you so inspired that you can't wait to get out of bed and get to it? Whatever it is. Think about that question. 2, living the current way that you are living, doing what you're currently doing. Now I'm talking about in your personal life and in your business. In 5 years, now I'm going to bring it back down. I'm going to bring it down to 3 years. Will you be living the life you want with your current situation? Whether it's your business, whether it's your personal life, doesn't matter which, doesn't matter all. Will you? If the answer is no, it's time to change things. It's time to make some shifts and changes in your life. Here's another one. What have you always thought about doing? What do you want to do deep in your soul? Another question. Are you moving towards that? Are you doing that? Are you even putting forward steps to have that? Again, think about this. When I went through a period in my life that I was virtually miserable, straight up miserable. Miserable in the morning, miserable to be around. My attitude was negative. The people, I whined about money, you name it. Because it wasn't the fact that I didn't have or any of this stuff. It was my mindset that screwed it up. And then therefore, when you change your mindset, everything else kind of changes in the process. And you start seeing options instead of obstacles. And this makes something huge. And you just have to put your big girl pants on and take responsibility and move forward and do something. That's it. You've got to do it. Nobody else can do it for you. Nobody else is going to help you do it. You will just continue on in your mind. And shiny object syndrome and one thing after another will fall into play. Or I'm too busy, or I have too much going on right now when I have more time. Well, guess what, guys? Here's the hard truth. You'll never have enough time. You'll never have enough money. You'll never have enough energy down the road waiting for it. You have to make time. You have to make money. You have to make the money that you have. You have to make the time, and you have to make the energy now and make it a priority. When you do that, life steps up and meets you and starts giving you a hand up. But it will not happen until you do it yourself. I know this is like a smack in the face, but we need to hear this sometimes. I was going over in my own mind about, I'm reading constant books one after another. I just finished Think and Grow Rich. Phenomenal book, by the way. I actually, in my private course, I did a challenge, and the last chapter was just pow. And I put that in there, but I've done the whole book. And I went through all of the fears, and it goes through all of this stuff, and you go through it. I'm actually going to go back through the whole thing again, number 3, because guess what? I must not have gotten it because I'm not fully wealthy yet. So I'm going to work on that. And I've discovered one fear that I deal with. And I went, okay, I'm going to get rid of that. And that is something that's so important. And I'll share my fear with you. It's the fear of not having enough time. Not necessarily in time of the day, but in my life. Like, I'm getting older, and where I feel I should be, I'm not. So therefore, it's a constant like I should be further along. Well, guess what? You or I or anything else, we don't need to should on ourselves. No shoulding. That's not serving anybody. So that get rid of the shoulds because no longer should on yourself anymore. Okay. So that's so important. So this is something that plagues us on an ongoing basis. And I know I'm going down this deep pathway, but it's so important. So let me ask you one more question and then we'll get into the remainder. Okay. So do you popcorn around on different things or feel you can't actually do it? All of us just try, it's kind of like shiny object syndrome. Oh, something better out there. And let me tell you, I've done it. I've done it in my life. I did it in my business, both. And when I finally got solid and confident in, I don't care what else is going on, this is what I'm doing, and I stick with something and I stuck with it, things started really making a difference. And you make time for what's important to you. That's it. You do. And you stick with something and you will actually. I hear this in business all the time. Oh, it's too hard, or I couldn't figure it out. Well, how much time did you give it? Oh, about a minute. Do you think Warren Buffett or Gandhi gave it a minute? No. They worked at it deeply for a long period of time to fine tune themselves to be the people that could be who they are. And that's what's all is within us. That's the thing. Anybody and everybody can do it, can live the life that you want, can have the business that you want, that can be happy, that can have this stuff. You just have to work at it. Whether it's personally or through your business, you have to work at it like a job. And then success happens. Always does. Always does. I found it in my personal life. And I'm finding it in my business life. Both. Both. And that's because I'm just tenacious. Constantly evolving, constantly learning. What can I add? Work and being very consciously aware of what needs corrections along the way. And this is important. Okay. So let's finish going through this because I've been just going. So the 4 C's, and I gave you an extra one too. So, but we're going to go through these. So, and what you need to change it to. Okay. So the first one is confusion, as I said. So confusion, you need to replace it with clarity. So confused, clear. So when you're clear about something, you make decisions fast and you just go with it. And you just know, and that's trusting yourself on the inside. Trusting you, trusting you're actually betting on yourself when you do that. You're betting on yourself and you're going, I can do it. That happens a lot too in business. And I've done it myself. Can I do this? And I mean, I'm slapping some big bucks down on something and I'm 100% betting on myself. And can I do it? Well, the answer is yes. And how do I know? Because I am, and I'm not going to stop. So personal life, everything, betting on yourself. So confusion to clarity. And there's oils, essential oils and rocks that help with this so much as well. And it's so, so important. I find that this really helps anchor me in everything that I'm doing and bring me back to that center, that balance within, and that knowing. Okay. Number 2, contradiction and procrastination comes right along with it, to consistency. Yep, to consistency. Huge. That's just, procrastinating. You're basically, when that happens, it's you don't truly trust and believe yourself, and so you don't stick with it. So that it also gives you a backup and an excuse not to follow through, which consistency will allow you to move forward at a much more positive place. Number 3 is chaos and insecurity confidence. You can remove the chaos from your life. You still might feel a little insecure, but courage comes right along with it. You get courage and confidence to step forward and do it. And what's the worst that can happen? Hey, you screw up. So what? The definition of failure is falling and not getting up. Every single person out there, again, back to Gandhi, again, back to Warren Buffett or the owner of Apple or any independent business owner, home business owner out there in the industry and everything, has the courage to step forward every day and trust that this is going to work and know themselves and in their life. And then they just keep doing it no matter what. And so it gives them the confidence to step forward and keep going. Okay. So that is 3. Number 4 is complacency. It just is what it is. I am the way I am. No. And that's an excuse. You're giving yourself excuses, and excuses are just pure failure. You're lying to yourself and hoping other people will listen. Well, let me tell you, if they are anywhere on this lineup as well, I don't do excuses for myself or for anybody else. And when you let go of that, get rid of that complacency and, it is the way it is. No, you can change. Our minds can be rewired in a hot minute, and we can slowly start changing our internal action and internal reactions and internal thoughts. And then they therefore become external outside actions. And it will make all the difference in the world. Trust me. Major. And then I also said conformity, because people are conforming to what they think other people want or other people think they ought to be. Well, here's the role. When you, back to the other one, when you have courage and confidence, you don't care about what anybody else says. You have the courage to step forward because it truly only matters, only is important when you do it. And here's the funny thing. 99.9% of the people out there, in all honesty, don't give a shit about you. They give a shit about themselves. And they're most concerned with what you're thinking that they're thinking about them. So do you, whatever that is, do you 100%, no matter what. And the people that don't matter will fall away. The people that do matter will gain respect and step up. And even better, you'll draw into your life the people that are meant to be in your life. And if they're not meant to be there, guess what? Bonus, they leave on their own. Because the higher you vibrate at, the higher frequency you vibrate at, all the shit's down here and it's going to fall away. But when you step up here, all that goes away, and then you attract new awesome people into your life. I am constantly up leveling. Who do I surround myself with? Who do I need to surround myself with? Who's going to take me to the next level? It's going to raise the bar on me. I just did it recently. I'll share this here because I'm very excited and proud about it. Woohoo! On the 17th of this month, me and a small group of about 250 other people are attending a private event with Tony Robbins. Yep, I'm very excited about it. And that's a step up. And I went, well, that's a definite level up. And the people that I'm going to be participating with are high performers on every level. So guess what? Lisa needs to up level her game too. And so instead of going, oh no, screw that, I'm in. And so I've been getting up extra early, working out, saying no to the foods that I don't need to eat. I love my coffee ice blendeds, not doing it. And saying yes to the things that I do need in my life so that they help me become the person that I'm meant to be. So that I can step forward for everybody else that needs that shining light so that they can go on. This makes a difference. So keep this in mind. So think back, like go through all of these and figure out, there's 5 actually, because conformity was in there too. and see which one that you seem to struggle with the most, and just do the opposite. Think about habits and whatever bad habits you have, like literally do the opposite. So I'm going to go through them one more time so that you got it quickly. And then you can always go back and watch the video too. So in the comments below, post replay if you're watching this on a replay, or if you've caught some of it live, put live. I'd appreciate that. And if anybody out there just want to share it, please share it, send it to people. I'm excited. There's many people involved that can level up their lives at every level. We can do it. Okay. So the 5 C's that you need to remove, and the 5 C's you need to replace it with. And they are: number 1, confusion to clarity. Number 2, contradiction and procrastination to consistency. Number 3, chaos and insecurity to confidence. 4, complacency and excuses to conviction. And 5, conformity to courage. You can do whatever you want. You can have the life that you want. You just have to step up and step into it. And I'd love to be able to help you do that. I'd love to help you work through it. I'd love to kick you in the butt. I'd love to help show you what needs to be done, whether it's your personal life, whether it's in living the dreams that you want, whether it's in a business. Let me know. Post info in the comments or click the link for the offer, and I am so happy to be able to help you. So post info in the comments. Let's talk. Let's get to this, and let's figure out what needs to be done, because guess what? We are January, February, March, 4 months into the year. And when you started the year and to where you are now to the end of the year, where you're going to be. If you don't start making changes to become that person that you want, to have that life that you thought about in January, it's going to turn around and be this time next year again. And do you want that? Or do you want that amazingness that's within you? And it is. Have that fire, that passion within you all the time. You can do it. I know it. Okay? So post info in the comments, or you can PM me as well, and let's talk. Let's figure this out, and let's get going. All right? Mwah. Sending you all the love and light. You deserve it all. Remember to always go out and create something magnificent. This is Creative Lisa. Ciao for now.